Hello, welcome back to Math with Miss Anderson. Today we have learned our shapes. I have them all right here. We learned our square, our hexagon that was yesterday, circle, rectangle, and triangle. Those are our 2D shapes. And today we're going to learn about how to compare them. Comparing means talking about what they have that's the same and then what ways they are different. Okay, so we're going to go through each shape and just kind of do a little review about how many sides they have and then how many vertices they have. Okay, so I'm going to just write it with you, or write it here. You don't have to be writing this unless you wanted to. So I have my square. I'm going to do two lines. I'm going to write sides and vertices. This is kind of like a review, right, of all the shapes that we have learned so far in our 2D shapes. All right, so let's start with our square. I'll write the rest in a second. Let's start with our square. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I made these out of paper. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to trace it here so that I can draw on it. All right, so let's go over our sides first. All right, remember our sides are the straight lines on the edge of the 2D shape. So I'm going to count them. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 sides. And then let's circle our vertices. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you want to, you can do this along with me. If you wanted to get a paper, you can do it with me if you want. All right, our next shape here is our what? Do you remember what this one is called? Say it out loud. A hexagon, that's right. So, move that out. This is tricky. Okay, so let's go over our hexagon, okay? Our hexagon, let's do sides first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's different than our squares because our hexagon only has 6 sides. And then let's count our vertices. 1, 2, 3, you can count with me. 4, 5, and 6. That's right. It has 6 sides and has 6 vertices. Now, moving on to I'm just going to label this V and S. V stands for vertices, S stands for sides. Let's look at our circle. Our circle is different because it is not straight. It is curvy. Our circle has 0 vertices, no points, and it has no straight sides. It is just one curvy line. All right, so now we're going to go down to our triangle. I'm going to write vertices, and I'm going to write sides, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trace my triangle here. And you may already know this, but we're going to go over it again. Okay, so let's count our sides on our triangle. 1, 2, 3. Has 3 sides. Now let's count those vertices, those points where the sides come together. 2 and 3. Oh my goodness, look, it looks like a little mouse. It has 3 vertices. All right, and then our last one that we have learned is our rectangle. Okay, our rectangle has blank vertices and blank sides because we got to count them first. Are you ready? All right, let's count our sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 sides on our rectangle. And then let's count our vertices. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 vertices. So if we look up here, our square has 4 vertices and 4 sides. Our hexagon has 6 vertices and 6 sides. Our circle has no vertices and no sides. Our triangle has 3 vertices and 3 sides. And our rectangle has 4 vertices and 4 sides. Now we're going to do a little activity. You're just going to do this with me on the computer. And what I'm doing is I made a little chart. And it says alike and different. And what we're going to do, we're going to sort our shapes according to ways that they are alike. Remember, alike means the same. So things that they have the same. And then we're going to put on this side things that are different. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with our square. Okay, we're going to use our square as our beginning shape. Our square has 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. So today in our sort, what we're going to do is we're going to sort by the number of vertices. We're going to see if they are alike like the square and have 4, they're going to go here. And if they're not alike and they're different, they're going to go on the different side. Okay, so let's look at our triangle. Our triangle has 1, 2, 3. Is that like the square or is that different than the square? 1 second. Little bolt is tearing up a paper towel. So the triangle has 3 vertices and our square had 4. Is that different or is that alike? It's different, right? So that's going to go on this side. Now, my rectangle is the same color. You can't really see it, but let's look here. My rectangle has 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Is that alike or different than the square? It's alike, that they have the same number of vertices. Okay, now let's look at our hexagon. Let's count our hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is that like these ones that have 4, or is that different? It's different, so it's going to go on this side. Okay, and then our last one is our circle. Our circle doesn't have any vertices, so that's kind of easy. Is that like our ones that have 4 vertices, or is that different? It's different, so it's going to go here. All right, and you could do this at home if you wanted, and you could change it up. You could do, if it has vertices, it goes on this side. So if all the shapes that have vertices go on this side, which would be all of those, and the poor circle would be by itself on the different. Okay, there's many different ways you could do this activity. Okay, and now the last thing I want to quickly talk to you about is what you're going to do today for Tuesday. All right, on the website, there are files that say day 2. Okay, and it says day 2 circles, day 2 squares, day 2 triangles. You get to pick one of those, and basically what's going to come up is a sort. Okay, so I picked the square page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to sort my shapes. Okay, so on this one, it's if they're squares and if they're not squares. Now, if you don't have a printer, this could be super simple to do on paper. You could do it just like this, but instead of alike and different, you could do squares and you could do not squares. And then you can cut out different shapes and sort them based on which one they go in. Okay, I'm going to use this activity to go ahead and show you just a little bit of what to do for this. Okay, so you're going to help me. I'm so sorry if you can hear the blowing. Mr. Anderson is outside doing yard work. All right, so I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to do, just like we used to do in class, I'm going to cut one out. Oh, here we go. All right, so let's see. Right here, is this a square or not a square? Now, when a shape gets smaller, does that make it not a square? Because this is just a little square. No, the size doesn't matter as long as it has 4 vertices and 4 sides that are the same, right? A rectangle has 2 long sides, 2 short sides. A square has all the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that looks like a square to me. So I'm going to go ahead. I like when my friends put their glue on the paper they cut out first and then glue it down. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Right here. Now, this is interesting because it doesn't look like a square. But if I turn it like this, it does look like a square. So all they did was turn it. And what it looks like I have 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 sides, 4 vertices, and they're all the same length. It just seems like they kind of turned it. So I would say that is still a square. So I'm going to sort that in my squares. All right, now I'm going to do just a few more and then you can go get started. All right, and then I have here what is that? That's a triangle. That's not a square, so it's going to go down here. Very nice. Good job. Okay, and then another one. Oh, that's a square. I'm going to put it up here. All right, and we're going to do one more together, okay? This is a tricky one, too. All right, so let's look here. Hopefully you can see it because my printer ran out. All right, so it has, this does not look like a square, but let me count. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, 4 vertices. But you know what? That does not look like a square. That looks like a rhombus or a diamond. So I'm going to put it down here, not squares. All right, guys, I wish you luck. You can pick whichever one you want to do today and have a great rest